here where it is blue and still, and the rain has made everything greener, and it is beautiful outside. So, welcome to Thursday, the 13th of March, day one of my adventure. I am leaving. I've got to make a few phone calls, so I'll probably leave around 9:30-ish, maybe. No rush to leave. I'm just going to mum's tonight and then I'm on the boat tomorrow. I've said it so many times. All right, so today I'll just start by reading the words. No one here yet? Okay. All right. So, last night we had the Sun Saturn conjunction at around 9 p.m. And I know that I definitely had some thoughts around that time. Some really like, okay, what is it that I'm trying to achieve? What is it that I need to do? What are these hard things that I'm trying to make a reality? Ah, there we go. I've got people. Facebook's doing that thing again. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Alicia. Hi, Heather. How are you? Thank you so much. Oh man, I just did all my measurements because I spoke to my mentor yesterday. So, like this is going to be like a full Bridget transformation. I'm going to come back a completely different version of myself. So, I'm a little bit excited about that too. Like, this is not just Venus retrograde. This is not just, Saturn's crossed my ascendant and I'm ready to be seen. There are so many different cycles closing out and starting at this point in time, not just for myself, but for all of you as well. So I hope you did get to that point where you just made that realization that I can do this. Like, I've got this. Like I was talking with Mick last night around that 9 o'clock mark, and we were just chatting about the things that we want to do that we have previously conceived as not impossible, but that hard slog, or, the dreams that we thought of in sort of 18, 19, 20, like before COVID, when Jupiter was going through Pisces and we were dreaming up this new reality. So, hang on, I'm going to click buttons because, oh, good morning, Julie. All right, Facebook's just completely not working for me right now. So, so there. So, yeah, so I hope you are all at the start of your own new cycle. Not, like I said, not just because Venus is retrograde and we're doing this beautiful introspection about where am I most powerful within myself. All right? How did I get here? Where are my fears located? Are they my fears or are they someone else's fears that I have just accumulated over time that were given to me on a beautiful silver platter because that's what someone else thought was important. So, just here we go. I'm going to read the words. All right. So I feel like we may have just all had a sliding doors moment. Now, I realized when I wrote that, not everybody's going to have seen that Gwyneth Paltrow movie, but I've noticed a lot lately people have been talking about jumping timelines and, waking up in a different reality and, all of these sort of cognitive things where it's like, no, life has changed now. I am stepping into the new me. I'm stepping on a new path. And I think this is just like for all of us like that. So some sort of realization that has either changed everything or put a whole different filter on a situation. Moving on from this point requires some thought and planning. So go grab a cuppa and a pen and paper and write everything you can think of down. All right. Then contemplate what you've written and refine it until you get something that feels, oh, my eye got stuck. Something that feels right. And this could take some time. So just keep refining, keep asking yourself, is that all? Is that all I want to achieve? Is there anything else? And it doesn't matter how small that thing is. Like, I I want a new pair of shoes. I want to walk forth in life more comfortably. Like there are so many things that you might want this, but it's because it's going to help with that. So when I'm saying write shit down, I mean I'm write everything down. All right, so when we're looking at the aspects of the moon today, all right, so the moon is in Virgo, all right, so there is that analytical quality of today that, again, a good declutter, all right, and especially mentally because Mercury is station right now. It is at 9 degrees where it goes station retrograde on Saturday morning, and it's going to stay at that 9 degrees for probably Saturday, Sunday, up until maybe Monday when it starts actually moving backwards. So, we've got a very stationary thought process right now. And with that Virgo moon, it's great. Again, for the just really write shit down, get it out of your head, refine, clarify, clean shit up. Pay attention to those little negative tweaks that we have in our minds and just clear that shit out. All right, clear out the clutter because we've got the moon in conjunct Mercury. All right, that is at 12:30, just after lunch. But first, we have the moon in conjunct Venus. All right, so that Venus retrograde, our thoughts, well, we're making adjustments, and it might just be on what Venus has come up with so far because she's been doing that solo trip, other than Lilith, which, in the grand scheme of things, it's not the planets, it's just a point. You know, she's making other aspects to the asteroids as well. There's a lot of feminine energy around in other areas, but I'm not doing that. I'm just sort of sticking with, the main things at the moment. So, Moon in conjunct Venus at 11 a.m. So, just expect some sort of maybe clarity and adjustment. And then at that 12:30 mark, we've got the Mercury in conjunct. So maybe feel into it first and then do that cognitive adjustment afterwards. All right, so now we also have, oh, I wonder if that's first. I didn't write PM. But the moon is also, oh, that's AM, sorry. So at 10:30 AM, the moon is trine Hygeia. All right, so both of them are in earth signs. So we first of all come to a realization around what our boundaries need to look like, or we're able to put the safeguards in place. Again, these three things are all sort of hand in hand. We realize where the mental health factor comes into it around that 10:30 mark. All right, moon Hygeia. Right, she's making you aware of what needs to be cleaned and band-aided and fixed up. And then we get the Venus, then we get the Mercury. All right, so a very much an introspective, thought-provoking type of day. Let me click the button here and see whether I've got other people. Good morning, Susan. How are you? So nice to see you. I hope you are settled somewhere and not too wet. All right, so what else have we got in the sky? Mercury and Venus have switched places. Yesterday we had Mercury approaching the retrograde Venus. Now Mercury is on the other side of Venus at 9 degrees. Venus is at 8, so they've switched places. Now later on they're gonna switch again. All right, so that's not if you are sort of like what you felt yesterday, that feeling is going to stay around for a little bit because they're going to flip back the other way again. Um, and we've still got that Chiron opposing Lilith, Oh, Uranus is also in conjunct Lilith. All right, that wasn't there yesterday. So, these new so Chiron opposition Lilith, we might have acknowledged that thing that we make adjustments for other people because that's what we were conditioned to do. All right, so that was last night. And now Uranus, this new way of being and this new comfort level that we are adjusting to, you know, that realization, Uranus is adjusting our trajectory based on those sort of realizations, you know. And like I said, there's just a lot of stuff at the moment, a lot of thought, a lot of adjustment, a lot of us being brave enough to make statements of our intentions or our feelings, like just really factual. You know, that's a beautiful thing about this Virgo moon. State the facts, all right? Don't be afraid to use your words, all right? I had a conversation yesterday with someone, and the realization that, you know, their person had to have a hard conversation, and it was now their turn to have a hard conversation back. All right, so here we are, you know, just building that courage to state our needs, to state our boundaries, to state our intentions, to step on this new path, to do the things that we may have held back on previously. All right, so so exciting. All right, more buttons to be clicked. Oh, look, here we go. Good morning, Louise. Good morning, Ash. Good morning, Kathy. Oh my God, Ash, I'm gonna see you in like Sunday, maybe Monday or Tuesday. How exciting is that? I will give you a call later and clarify some details, but I'm so excited. I'm going to be seeing people. And if you are somewhere between Melbourne and Sydney up the coast, give me a yell because I'll drop in and say hi. I've got time. I'm looking forward to, you know, this women's retreat in Bega. I'm really excited for that. So yeah, that's me, guys. My cards are packed. All right, everything's packed, so I'm not going to draw a card today. But I just want to also remind you that from this point, I'm going to be doing my lives on YouTube, and that's just because of my location. I don't know what it's going to look like. You know, you can check in at 8:30. I might be here or I might be there. So sorry, I can't give you any more clarity than that. But hey, Mercury does go retrograde on Saturday, so just try to not be really strict with your plans. All right, have wriggle room, which I am taking to heart. I just tried to get NRMA roadside assistance, which they won't let me because my car is registered in Tasmania and I'm going to the mainland. So they're like, no, you're Taswegian, you can't have it. So I now need to find another roadside assist because, you know, I'm not a mechanic, just in case. You know, I'd rather pay for what's the word? Clarity of the mind, or I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm so nervous. So I will see you on the road and I will just keep reaching out to me. Again, I want to hear your Venus retrograde stories. Thank you, Kathy, for telling me yours. So good, so good. You're all in such a brave position right now, ladies. Stand up and be heard. So, mwah, till I see you next time, wherever I am, yeah, I will still be around. So take care. Mwah.